What's going on, guys? Happy American Thanksgiving to all my friends down south. This is MrTeshk, and today we are doing my Survivor Series predictions. This Saturday from Chicago, Survivor Series War Games emanates from the All-State Arena, and I think this might actually be one of the best premium live events that WWE is going to put on all year. This is a amped up card. We've got returns, potential surprises, and for a card that's only 5 matches long, I think we are in for a treat. So stick with me. Let's see what my predictions are. So we're going to start off with the women's War Games match. That is Damage Control, Bayley, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Asuka versus Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch. I think this match is going to be the one that kicks off the show to show strength and dominance and to really get the crowd completely amped up for everything that can happen for the rest of the night. These women have been telling a great story all through the last couple of weeks, and the best part about this is a lot of people were saying Damage Control was getting kind of mild and bland and it was a repetitive thing. Io's title run wasn't showing much because it was mostly Bayley helping pull this. With the return of Kairi Sane and more of a dominant side between Asuka, Kairi, and Io, we've been seeing this little push back on Bayley and a potential turn in the future for the rest of Damage Control on Bayley, and I think we start seeing the final little push of that during this match. Maybe some missed spots by Bayley, some miscommunication, and things that may actually cost Damage Control the match against Charlotte, Becky, Bianca, and Shotzi. Now, does that mean I'm saying that Damage Control is going to lose this match? Absolutely not. We've got 2 amazing superstars in Io Sky and Kairi that know how to work a War Games match, and I think that's going to be the thing that carries Damage Control through. At the end of this match, I do see a full turn on Bayley and her exiled from Damage Control.
Bye-bye, bitch.
So my pick for the first War Games match is going to be Damage Control taking the W and Shotzi taking the pin. One of my favorite storylines going into Survivor Series is Santos Escobar's heel turn and the feud building with Carlito. This is a huge push for Santos, and I really think it's been coming for quite some time. You've seen the little sprinklings being put out there that Santos has so much potential, and WWE is a big fan of him, and so is Triple H. The big thing with this is Carlito is definitely the one to help push him over the edge to like an uber heel over on SmackDown. Now, do we see a complete dominance in this match by Santos? No, I think these guys are going to tell a fantastic story. And the one thing we have been seeing is the dissension and the implosion of the LWO. We've been seeing a little bit of back and forth between Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, and Zelina Vega. A lot of people think since Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde have been with Santos for so long, they're going to be the ones that ultimately turn and go with him. I don't think that's the case. I think Zelina has been playing a fantastic role of being the quote damsel in distress and the broken home, the one who wants to keep the family together, but remember, Zelina is one of the best heel managers that WWE has, and I see a potential of her joining forces with Santos Escobar during this match and seeing the light that Santos is trying to provide, that he is the next big thing. Santos Escobar is going to take the W in this match, but there is going to be a massive assist from Zelina Vega. Santos and Zelina go off and start dominating on SmackDown. Back over to the women's side, Rhea Bloody Ripley and Zoe Stark. Since WrestleMania, everyone has said Rhea Ripley's world title reign has been lackluster, and I said this on my last predictions video and I'll say it again. That is to no fault of Rhea Ripley. She has done everything she can to carry that title with prestige, with feuds that haven't been to her standard. Just remember, people got released, people have been injured, and people have moved away from Monday Night Raw, so there's not been the ability to build a feud. Zoe Stark, over the last 6 weeks, has built the feud with Rhea Ripley and made it believable. She has put on great matches, she has cut great promos, and has had the ability to get under mommy's skin. This match is going to be a banger. Zoe Stark can perform in the ring, and Rhea Ripley still, I don't think, is ready to drop the title. Now, for this match, though, I think Zoe Stark is going to have the potential to put on a big match and show that she can go with Rhea Ripley, but there's always the likes of Dominic Mysterio that are going to be hovering around the ring to help Rhea Ripley get out of it. Then again, you also have the likes of Shayna Baszler to back Zoe Stark, but I don't see Rhea Ripley dropping this title anytime soon, and I see her going all the way to WrestleMania holding this. So for how this match is going to develop, I do believe there's going to be shenanigans in this match, because really they never control Survivor Series and anyways, so it could be a DQ or it could just be a straight up screwy finish, but Rhea Ripley's going to come out on top as the women's world title holder. But you're going to have to give your flowers to Zoe Stark, because I think she's going to be there to show up and show out. A match that has potentially had the best storyline going into Survivor Series is Gunther versus The Miz. The Miz, who has had the most amount of Intercontinental title runs, and Gunther, who has had the longest Intercontinental title run of all time. This storyline has been epic. Gunther has held this title and held it with prestige and brought a lot of respect back to the IC title during his entire title reign, but The Miz as a face and being the one who really made the IC title something during a very dark time in WWE, I think there is an amazing match to be had here. The promo battles that they've had going back and forth, even the little shots that Gunther has been taking on the bump and on Chris Van Vliet's podcast have shown that it's almost time for Gunther to step away from the IC title, because he is now ready for bigger and better things. Now, do we see the title change hands? My answer, yes. The Miz is going to be the one that comes out on top, pinning Gunther clean, and Gunther taking the biggest L he's had since coming onto the main roster. I don't believe Gunther has lost clean for a title actually in his entire WWE career. He might have in NXT, please correct me in the comments, but at least on the main roster, that has not happened to Gunther, and I think the end of the year, the final PLE is the way to do this. Miz continuing to make the IC title relevant, Gunther getting the ability to go into the Royal Rumble not as champion, and win the Royal Rumble. Yes, I'm saying that is my pick for the Royal Rumble, is Gunther to win it, is a massive step in the future of Gunther going after potentially the world title or Roman Reigns' undisputed universal title. WWE has a big opportunity here with putting the IC title on Miz and pushing Gunther to the moon. Sorry, Cameron Grimes, I did not mean to steal your catchphrase, but for this one, it is facts. Gunther is going to drop the IC title this weekend at Survivor Series. Before we get into the men's War Games match, let's talk about the cryptic promos from Shinsuke Nakamura over the last several weeks. Nakamura has been doing a great job with every time he's on camera. Now, who's he talking about? Guys, let's be real. At this point, all roads lead to the Allstate Arena. All roads lead to Chicago. And at this point, I'm convinced all roads lead to CM Punk. I don't know what else to tell you. There's been cryptic little messages all over WWE about a CM Punk return, as much as Triple H and WWE have said it's not happening. I think they are lying to us, and we are going to get a sixth match on the card, and that is going to be the return of CM Punk. So, with that being said, CM Punk versus Shinsuke Nakamura in Chicago. The winner of that match is going to be CM Punk. And now on to the match that has so many storylines twisted into it over the last 2.5 years, the men's War Games match. Judgment Day versus Seth freaking Rollins, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, yeet, had to get one in there, and the returning Apex Predator, Randy Orton. We got the announcement of the Randy Orton return, and I'm super excited about this, but the biggest thing is there is so many stories to be had in this match. First off, the biggest one that's been made relevant is Drew McIntyre and Jey Uso locked in a cage together, and Drew finally getting his revenge for all the stuff the Bloodline has done to him, including Jey Uso. The Clash at the Castle thing still stands, and it's amazing that we have come nearly a full year and a half and the match at Clash of the Castle still being relevant. Jey Uso has a lot more to worry about than just the Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre. The returning Randy Orton, the last time we saw Randy was May of 2022, where the Usos were the ones to take out Matt Riddle and Randy Orton with the helps of the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Randy, I'm sure, has not forgotten about that. The Viper tends to never forget about that. But there's also some feuds that we have to talk about with Seth Rollins, and there's a bit of a legacy there with Cody Rhodes. I think there is so much to be told in this match, and if we learned anything about storytelling from the Full Gear match between Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland in that Texas Death Match, I think WWE can tell a story 100 times better than AEW can. I think there's going to be a lot told in this match with every entrant coming in. Now, the cool part about this is I think Randy's going to be the fifth one in there, and it's just going to be complete dominance. But let's get this out of the way. Judgment Day is not coming out on top in this match. It is going to be Randy, Jay, Seth, Cody, and Sammy. I don't really care about what happens during the match. It's what's going to happen after the match. Who is Randy going to RKO out of nowhere? I personally think it's Jey Uso, and Jey Uso is going to have a massive target on his back going right in through to WrestleMania. Now, the biggest thing here is what's the reaction of the rest of the team? Is Cody going to try and plead with Randy and potentially cause a feud going into the Royal Rumble, Cody and Randy Orton? But everyone's saying Cody's going to be the one that wins the Royal Rumble. That's another video. This is going to be an incredible match. Leave your comments down below on who you guys think is going to come out on top. And a bonus, who do you guys believe is going to get RKO'd first? Doesn't matter if it's Jay, doesn't matter if it's someone from Judgment Day. Who's going to take the first RKO from Randy coming back? Guys, thank you so much. Like always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and put the bell on for all notifications that are the MrTeshk Wrestling channel. And don't forget to follow me on